time before October 31st, on or before October 31st, 2023, we are having my birthday sale going on for both of my courses. If you go to my website, the link is down below, theclaudiaramirez.com/courses. You will see both of my courses side by side. One of them is See It Created, a vision board course to get excited about your future, which is available on its own and or included within Run With It, your 60-day mindset roadmap, a 9-week self-paced mindset coaching course to help you with anything and everything that I can support you with in that journey as that process really works. It's the next best thing to have being one-on-one coaching with me without having to jump on a call with me. If that is something that interests you and you're ready to start your journey and you feel a little all over the place, reading too many books, too many podcasts, too many motivational quotes, that's going to be for you. You can learn more about them in their designated pages. Once again, link below. If you use the code BDAY30, because I'm turning 30 on October 23rd, you get 30% off. BDAY30. Once again, all the info down below. Check it out and let me know if I can serve you. Any questions, comments, concerns. Now the topic of today, what is that secret life ingredient? After my 19th birthday, when I discovered what the world of possibility could be, what the world of doing things differently, working on yourself, dreaming bigger, thinking higher, and seeing what that potential could be in your life. All I wanted was to spend an evening with my parents. I was a college student. They were visiting my city, as I have perhaps told you before, if you have heard in my podcast, I can't remember. And it became a very pleasant experience where I knew that there was something more out there for me, and I knew that I was going to make a career out of it. It shaped into something differently the more that I went on, but it has impacted me in every area of my life. And I wouldn't be the first person to say that. I felt very happy and pleased when I was watching Grant Cardone one time. And I don't know if it was Grant Cardone on the School of Greatness with Lewis Howes or Grant Cardone on his own. I can't remember. But it was Grant Cardone saying that even though he's in real estate and he's huge in real estate, the one thing that he focuses on the most, or that has given him the most, is personal development. Again, I'm not quoting him, but it was something that really impacted me. And at the time, I was in personal development for about, I want to say 8 or 9 years. And it made me feel so great that Grant Cardone, somebody that has inspired me heavily as well, talked about personal development. And he's not a personal development coach or speaker. He's in real estate. And that just shows the strength of what that is. And if you look at different business owners or people who are entrepreneurs or people who are highly successful, they all have personal development components within their day, which we will talk about more, how you can apply this in your day-to-day, and you can also incorporate this. I know I talked to you about mindset coaching. I talked to you about being successful. I talked to you about dreaming. I talked to you about all these things. However, it is important that I mention this. When it comes to personal development, the reason why I decided to create Run With It, your 60-day mindset roadmap, which I don't think I've talked about it much besides the title and what it is here, is because after 8 years in learning and applying and doing it and being it, I wanted to give back and I wanted to serve others the way that this has served me in my life. And I acknowledge that after reading endless books and listening to podcasts and courses and all the things, it kind of becomes all over the place. Where if you were to come here, my podcast is structured to support you one episode at a time. But yet the episodes don't follow a sequence because the sequence is within the episode. And if you look at my social media, it's the same way. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to gain inspiration and empowerment from that one clip or that one quote or that one something. But at the end of the day, it's not structured in order. And that is what I think is so valuable and why I wanted to create Run With It. Because many people, when they think of personal development, they're trying to improve their life. They're trying to improve their mindset. They're doing their best that they can. But it's by listening to these little bits and pieces, little content, like bite-sized content, little chunks here and there that are wonderful, but they don't connect. And it's like, you're shooting yourself in the foot by saying this. No, I'm not. I'm being honest with you. I don't want you to listen to my podcast week after week after week and still feel lost, which is why I created Run With It. We go back to that point. It carries you from beginning to end, from what works in your personal development. We start at the very beginning. We start with developing, like looking at your life right now through that lens. Where are you right now? Where we want to go? And all these things kind of come about as we go. But we don't start off with, come on, go take that wonderful action, when your self-esteem is kind of hurting, right? And so I like to follow that process, the same process that I followed and that I have learned that has worked for me. I bring it to you via over 10 hours of course footage and workbooks and challenges that are weekly to keep you accountable. I share this with you because that is the importance of personal development. It goes beyond the woohoo, I feel good. Woohoo, I listened to a podcast and now I feel like I can tackle my day. I want you to tackle your life. I want you to really go out there and make a difference in your life, not just in one day. You take it one day at a time, but I want you to think big in terms of that. And when it comes to personal development, it's something that is going to play a role in multiple areas of your life. Athletically, you're going to be able to accomplish more. You're going to believe in yourself. You're going to see the possibility of what you can do. You're going to take the right action in your career, in your business, in your relationships. You're going to be able to filter what's for you, what's not, who you are, how you fit in the world. What kind of dreams do you have? How these monetize, how these build into a career, how they build into a business. And now again, I'm not your career coach. I'm not your business coach. I'm not going to go into those details. But at the end of the day, it connects. And that's why I say that whenever Grant Cardone talked about it, I was just so happy because it really connects. And it's that one aspect that connects to everything in your journey. Think about it this way. You could work out every day in your life, but you have a toxic relationship, your life isn't going to be as great as it could be. You could work out every day in your life, but you have a miserable time in your 9 to 5, you're going to stay there and you're never going to fulfill that sense of purpose that you have within yourself, even if you look amazing. You could work out every day in your life, and that doesn't mean that something else is going to be perfect. However, if you work on your mind and you work on your personal development, you're going to work out better. You're going to have better relationships. You're going to have better insights and way of looking at your career and your business, and so on and so forth. So that doesn't impact your personal development all the time, but your personal development impacts that every single time. And that's where the beauty is, where we go out there and we think that for me to be better at business, I only have to learn about business. You also have to learn about yourself. I only have to engage great with people to have good relationships. You also have to engage with yourself. I only have to work out in the gym. Well, looking a certain way is something, but you also have to engage with yourself. That way, whenever you look a certain way, you feel good about it and you're not trying to overcompensate for something else. You see what I mean? And so that's how everything is connected through personal development. It plays a critical role. It really does. And I believe that it's something that can empower you and make you. It can help you improve your self-esteem, or it will help you improve your self-esteem. It would help you improve your confidence. It will help you improve those areas of yourself that are sometimes feeling wonky. You're going to be able to dream bigger. You're going to be able to not leave those dreams at dreams. You're going to set goals for yourself. You're going to learn how to take action. You're going to learn how to connect yourself where you are right now to where you want to be. all without moving parts that don't connect. Because I don't want you to connect to personal development and think, oh, I'm learning about this topic and then I'm learning about that topic, and never doing the connect the dots that create a roadmap. That is why it's called your 60-day mindset roadmap that is within your journey. You want to start somewhere and you want to complete the journey somewhere, and it's cyclical. It goes over and over and over. If you don't work on your personal development, it's going to creep up on you later on in life. When times get difficult, when life happens, as we talk about on every single episode, because life is amazing, isn't it? It really is. And you're not prepared, you're going to see it. But if you are prepared, you say, oh, let me show you life. I've got ammunition, confidence, self-esteem, motivation, inspiration, visualization, goal setting. I take action this way. I see setbacks that way. All of a sudden, your mindset has shifted and you welcome it. Instead of life happens and it shows that you haven't worked on yourself. I know people who are highly successful and don't work on personal development. It doesn't mean that because they don't work on it, they can't be successful by any means. However, hardship comes and it shows. We can't have conversations. We can't work through it as efficiently as you would if you had personal development in your life. All of a sudden, life becomes brighter. You start seeing the positive side of things, not with toxic positivity, but you start seeing the optimistic side of things. You start seeing the possibility, the potential. That is what personal development does in your life. How it connects with the practicality of it, I tell you, let's replace a Netflix night with reading a book for 20 minutes or 20 pages, however fast you read. I like to enjoy my books. I frankly take my time and I read way slower on average than another person. And that's just because I want to highlight and jot notes and I'm that person, right? But replace those 30 minutes with a few pages and see how that makes you feel. Or notice how, because you are working on yourself, because you joined a course or because you made a vision board or because you are learning from somebody else or because you're even reading a book, all of a sudden your habits are shifted. You don't want to eat junk food. All of a sudden you want to eat healthy food. All of a sudden you feel the need to go outside on a walk or on a run, or you want to join a gym. All of a sudden the news aren't so attractive to you. All of a sudden gossip isn't attractive to you. Suddenly you don't want to be with people who don't add value into your life and don't allow you to add value into theirs. You want to be with people who are visionaries. You want to be with people who are successful. And all of this happens with personal development. And that is the practical spin. If I have to give you one summary, one thing to work on that is going to help multiple areas of your life, it's going to be that, personal development. And I'm going to invite you to give it that practical spin that I just mentioned right now. Pick one of those things that I just mentioned. Go read a book, start eating healthy, go on a walk, start doing daily runs, hang out with one person who is positive, seek those opportunities, and you're going to see how everything else is going to start shifting. You don't have to do it all at once. Just give yourself that one challenge. This week, I choose to blank. And see how all of a sudden it feels good. It doesn't feel like a chore because you're doing something for yourself. When you're watching Netflix and you're thinking about, I should read a book, it's uncomfortable because when you're watching Netflix, you're just receiving. You don't have to work so hard. And when you're reading a book, you have to read, so your energy goes outward. But once you do it, you realize it's not so bad. And it's enjoyable. And that's the practical spin that I want you to implement today. Personal development. How can it play a role in the rest of your life? I've been in it for 11 years. 11 years. And I can tell you that I've grown through it. And I can tell you that it doesn't end. I am not giving you a solution that has an end. I am not going to tell you, go read 10 books and you're done. No, it's an ongoing process in the little things that is not always the same. You're going to look back 11 years down the road and you're not going to recognize the person that you were, or 5 years down the road, or 3 years down the road, or 6 months down the road. You're going to think, wow, look at what personal development has done for me. All of a sudden, people say that I've changed, and that's because I have. It's a beautiful experience. For me, it helped me believe in myself. For the craziest goals that I wanted to accomplish that didn't make sense, where it looked like the world was conspiring against me, one thing after another, after another, after another. But it's personal development that took me there, that increased the level of conviction of being able to do that. In my career, it worked wonders when I shared it with many students, the tough times when I felt like I wanted to quit. In my business, when things didn't make sense, and I quit my job when what people would say was too soon. It got me through. Meeting the love of my life, living the life that we live, it's all personal development. And it begins with you. It begins with a decision. And I can't tell you, it makes me emotional because even with personal development in your life, it doesn't mean that everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall down. You're going to go back and think, goodness gracious, how did that happen? But personal development gets you out. It helps you see the light. If you allow yourself to see the light. It starts with the little things. It doesn't even have to be that. It doesn't have to be that big of an investment. Just invest in yourself. 5 minutes at a time. When you prepare a meal, when you work out, with what you read, what you consume, how you speak, who's in your circle, all the things. Personal development. Think about it first and foremost, and watch it do wonders in the rest of your life. I hope that this episode has served you. At the end of the day, that's what Mindset Mike is. It's a personal development podcast. Personal development podcast for you to be the optimal leader of your life. As always, you know that I believe in you, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.